Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of the Rainlight Racing 2023 GT3 Series Season 4, brought to you once again by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ and True to Life Racing Designs. Tonight it is round 7. We are at Bathurst. I'm Davo. And beside me, as usual, is my, what did I call you last week? Co-conspirator, J-Man.
Yeah.
How are you, my friend?
We are here to conspire, Davo. We are, yeah, as you mentioned, mate, Bathurst, mate. It's great to be here. Really looking forward to this one. Round 7 here at Rainlight. Mate, this is going to be big. I see we do have a good 25 entrants for tonight, Davo.
Yes, good solid field, given that it's Bathurst. Some do tend to steer away from Bathurst because it's a bit of a car killer, but yeah, good field of cars here, and mate, after last week's race, which was just freaking amazing at Valencia for round 6, look, I'm so looking forward to this. I just hope the boys, carry that enthusiasm um, that we saw at round 6 at Valencia into Bathurst, because, mate, that will be epic to watch. We Either way, we've got a show on our hands, J-Man, with 25 cars on the grid. I see a few boys jumping in live already, viewing. Welcome aboard, everybody. Mate, the weather's looking good out there, which is a good thing, J-Man.
Yeah, it is. It is. There's a little bit of cloud cover just to keep those track temps at bay. 18 degrees ambient with 23 track as we speak. Obviously, the boys are going to fire into another session shortly, so that could change a bit. But there've been plenty of rubber laid down already in the official practice
Yes.
session. And what we've come to learn here at Rainlight Racing, Davo, is that that official practice session does mean something on
Oh,
these
yes, it
on these
does.
Monday nights. In respect, the likelihood that the guys that finish in the top 10, 12.
Oh, look. Okay, I'll mention one name, Chris Curley, J-Man, in the Aston Martin. Uh, de- yeah. So, but yeah. Look, there's plenty to play for, J-Man. I did see a new name in there. I think that was Vic Chan. Yeah. Yep. Definitely, and good to see him over here in his signature black Monster Energy a Bentley, a J-Man, and we have seen him definitely go quick in that car. So he'll be one to watch. People, look, before I think they're just about to roll out for quali, J-Man. Let's get a look at the points. Fingers crossed, everybody, that I've got the points up for tonight. Oh, there they are. There they are, everyone. J-Man, give us a quick rundown on what we're looking at.
Green light, go, go, go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Isn't he what? Isn't he what, Jamie? And look, we're what? Oh, I suppose after tonight, we could call it 3/4 of the way through the series. We're sort of getting to the pointy end. This is round 7 here at Bathurst, J-Man. So only 3 rounds to go after tonight, and yeah, Mav got a good firm grip on that championship at the moment. Yes. No, definitely. He is probably the black sheep in that first tier of cars coming out there, J-Man. We would normally definitely see him in that second tier of cars. And I would, yeah, I definitely, Bello as well, but I would expect to see Zarco after 10 minutes on the top of the board. So, yeah, a little bit overcast here. They're just looking in the distance there, J-Man. The weather says it's fine and sunny, but does look a little bit hazy in the background as the boys start to cycle around for their first flying lap here at Bathurst. Oh, Bathurst, J-Man, this place takes no prisoners. I tell ya, when you get it wrong, it usually hurts. So yeah, plenty of focus even in qualifying here, mate, just to get that lap banked, that banker lap as we always talk about, and you just got to take a certain amount of care still, don't you? For sure. Mm. Mm. That night ago, yep. I should get the slip on that car, J-Man, from where he's at, and hopefully just dip into the chase here without too much distraction. But no, he's pulled out. He's got out of that well and truly. So this is, mate, these are the battles that, like qualifying brings. And, I've just been watching my social media lately, and even in F1, they've been bitching and whinges about, time on track and trying to find gaps in this traffic. Think these guys should think themselves lucky there's not 25 cars out there at the moment, J-Man. And I saw that. So, provisionally on pole, yes. And Pete Dawson in second with the 202 as well in the white Lambo. Yes. That's it. Yeah, definitely that multicoloured Lambo has definitely got some airtime throughout the series so far. J-Man, I can't see tonight being any change. Louis Van der Venter just sneaking that AJ Champ 99 BMW up into 4th position. Nice work there for Louis. Worcester in 6th, Kramer in 7th, Brandon Foster in 8th, Alex Sandberg back out. I think was Sandberg away last week? I can't remember. He's running at the top 10 in that orange Ferrari, Joe man. So we'll... He'll only get one out of it. That's right. Oh, Jay, man. You're making me blush. But yes, these boys will put on a show. We're used to that here at Rainlight Racing already. J-Man, we've only been here a short while. So, saw that very wide. Does not look comfortable in that car. He actually ran wide as well out of the chase again. So, he does not look like he's got the front of that thing dialed in, J-Man, and struggling for a little bit of turn-in, I would suspect. Just to look at. Well, yeah, well, that's it, you know, like, and if he doesn't, like you said, he's going to have a vastly different race to what he's used to up the pointy end of the field. He'll definitely have some work for cut out. Will definitely have his work cut out for him as we just see him brush the wall as he gets up over, I think it was around the grate there. And just a quick adjustment on the front and rear wheel alignment, I would suspect, that time. As he runs down out of Forest Elbow and down Conrad, and that was not a lap that he would be happy with, J-Man. He's still got a minute to go, so does that give him another lap? He's coming into the chase. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Dawson up over... in the Ferrari there, yes, J-Man. Yeah, Dawson up over the hill on the skyline there. Lambo looking agitated here at Bathurst tonight, not looking as comfortable as he normally does in that thing. So, probably looking for a little bit more grip and a little bit more pace out of that thing. It is still 60 minutes. A sprint race here, J-Man, at an hour tonight at Bathurst. These guys will have the eyes on for 60 minutes straight. The dinner plates. Jaco Venter did manage to get across the line there, put himself in 6th position with a 2:02.845. But that is, we know that's not enough, J-Man. After watching practice, we did see the boys dip into the 59s. So he's got some work to do, and it's only qualifying as he drops down into the elbow. Looks like he went a little bit deep there. Got the ears pinched. So yeah, definitely doesn't look comfortable in that car, J-Man, as we've seen that second tier of cars already sort of roll out now. But yeah, where's he on? I see he dropped a couple of things. Not good through the chase here tonight. Pulls a tenth or two back, puts him in fourth provisionally, but he won't be happy with that, J-Man. Can't hear the J-Man. Okay. How are we going now? Okay, mic check for J-Man.
Copy, copy.
I think we got ya. I think we got you, J-Man. Okay. So all that useful information, J-Man, wasted on a muted mic. We can put that one down to operator error, thanks to Davo.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. We'll press on. So,
but we will press on because qualifying's only still 7.5 minutes to go, J-Man.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, you know, great job there from Will Dixon in that first tier of those guys to poke a 201.427 in there. However, I'm going to go out on a limb here, Davo, and I don't mind putting myself out there for either failure or success, but I'm going to go as far as saying it's going to be a 1:59.885 for a pole lap here.
Okay. If I was a betting man, I'd put money on that too.
Yeah.
But I'm not, so I won't. But yeah, look, we would expect to see a 59 here, either from Mav and or Vic Chan. I suspect.
And Chris Cooley is going to be right in there. I mean, Chris Cooley could be the guy to put this thing on the front row here, on the top spot. But you know, so many big names: Cooley, Venter, Crossland, Booth. Matty T's been going good. Nathan Henderson's got that Bentley wound up, as has Vic Chan. T-Fam also in a nice little patch of form earlier in the practice session that I saw. So this is a big arm wrestle. It doesn't bode well for I guess the front runners up there at the moment, because these boys have naturally earned their spot here to go out. And
and I just noticed Harrison actually giving us the heads up.
Yeah, these guys are on optimum. Yeah, I see that. Thanks for that, Harrison. Yeah.
So yeah, that does definitely change the game there a little bit, J-Man. And these guys, well, they're up the pointy end of the field anyway, but they have now got an opti track to run on for qualifying, and there you go.
There you go. Mavin there with a 2:03 already. Expect that to improve.
Yes, definitely, J-Man.
Boothie in there, so...
Boothie's in there second. Gunther just a little bit further behind. Webley also, J-Man.
Yeah, he's in there, so... Cue the big hitters from Valencia already from last week out there, giving it their everything. Still got 5.5 minutes to go to the second tier of these. Matty T fires one in there on a 2:01.1 as well. So this leaderboard is going to change very, very rapidly, Davo.
There you go. Yeah, as we just pick up on, God, these guys are moving so quick. The camera boys are struggling to keep up. Vic Chan also across the line for provisional fourth. J-Man, these guys are moving and shaking pretty quickly. Like we mentioned, optimum track now for this second tier of cars, and they're gonna make the most of that, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they are. Nothing there to be had for Chris Cooley that last lap round, because I can tell you that lap was a track cut, and already starting this lap, that car is all out of shape. Coming into turn one and heading up the mountain, he just would not have got the run that he would have expected. He's already on his own personal doubter, a 0.5 tenth down. So
there you go. We just picked up on Charlie Booth, Man, that Lambo looks hooked up, J-Man.
It does, very much.
It looks super solid on track.
Yep.
Hugging the walls on the run down the hill there, not putting a foot wrong. So we saw Charlie Booth and Webley go at it for pretty well an hour or more, 90 minutes last week, J-Man. So, yeah, expect these guys to pick up where they left off. Webley's actually up 7/10 on his time, J-Man, and just coming down into the final corner here as well.
Yeah, he's looking to improve. Chan's up 1.1 seconds on his time as well.
So that's a fairly hefty chunk. There's Webley to second, provisionally, J-Man. Gunter Rowe popped himself back up into fourth. Like I said, Maddie T tucked it. Actually, she's moving down the list pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep improving with the track evolution here.
Vic Chan down into the final corner. Oh, 1.1 up, J-Man. Where's that going to land him? Jesus.
1.2 up. He's probably going to hit the top spot here.
Oh, 2-0, 55. Yeah. So nice work. Maverick still on track. Booth still out on track. Crossland actually pipped Booth.
Yeah, Booth's on an improved lap as he
that car.
As we just pick him up coming up into McPhillamy, coming up towards the Great now. About to head through this left-hander up onto Skyline. So Booth, he's on a lap as well. He's got 4 tenths in his pocket, which will bring him down to a time very similar to Brandon Webley. So that would rattle the cage for P3 already. Just got word that Cooley could start from the back. I think he probably wants to bank one here because this field is very, very quick tonight. Albeit he'll round up the first 10. I think these boys running up the top are running quick, so I really do hope that Cooley does bank one of these laps. Maverick got a good delta going here too, Dave.
Yeah, this could pip Chan for the top spot, J-Man, by the looks of it.
This could be the first of the sub-2s tonight that we see. I did call a 59.8. Come on there, Mav.
59.8's looking pretty good, mate. So
59.880.
No.
I'm just off. I said a 59.885. I'm miles away.
Miles away. At least 5,000.
Yeah.
So, nice work. Should have put money on that.
Yeah, probably should have. But nonetheless, it's not over yet. T-Fam doing a great job in there. Currently P9 on a 2:01.1. So there's a battle going on there with some times incredibly close from Tinnis down to T-Fam there. Those, even Will Dixon. So to make it into the 10 here is incredibly tough. Firthy just coming down. What's he got in his pocket? He needs a little bit more to try and get Harrison, Bella and Nathan Henderson, but Henderson's on the improve as well.
Yeah, so Henderson with a 10th up his sleeve. A lot of these guys weren't showing up on our deltas there for their first half of the lap, but as the lap goes on, Maverick up a 10th. We've got Gunter Rowe up a 10th. We've got Henderson up a 10th, Jamie.
Yeah. Yep, these boys are all improving. We've still got 50 seconds to go. So this will come down to who's going to get the last run before this qualifying session's over with only just under a minute to go. I can tell you now, Vic Chan's on his last lap. Boothie's put it in the pits. Webley's not going to make it to the line. I don't know how many more laps we're going to see here from these guys.
Look, 22 seconds, 20 seconds, guys. Yeah, J-Man.
Mav's going to come close to being able to run another one, but
he's 2 tenths up on his time as well, J-Man.
Yeah, this is going to be a mega lap. Likely to be a 59.6 by what we're reading, maybe even a 59.5.
As he just gets that thing turned in, J-Man.
59.650 is an impressive lap.
Wow.
Chan's coming down Conrod straight. He's absolutely matching his already 2-minute .0, so no major improvements. He needs a good 4.5, 5 tenths, which doesn't look like he's going to get for this top spot.
Yeah.
Nathan Henderson, he is also coming down to the final corner as well, and he's on an improve. He's got about 3.5, 4 tenths 3/10 in his pocket. What's that going to do for Nathan? Puts him inside the 10 ahead of Will Dixon.
So yeah, nice work from Nathan there. Hard
Firth,
fought to get in the top 10.
Firthy's got a half a second up his pocket. Now, what's that worth to Firthy? That is worth a bit. That might see him get all the way up to Nathan Henderson here.
Into
It gets him
11th.
into P11, just behind Henderson there by the smallest margin. However, that does leave Maverick once again. We've become used to see this, that he's on the top spot, but we haven't become used to seeing a wet track, Davo.
Oh, really? There you go.
Wow, this will set a cat amongst the pigeons here. Who has got a wet setup locked and loaded?
I bet you no one.
Am I seeing this correctly? I am. But however,
I'm liking
looking at the
it.
graphic,
I'm liking it. Look, what it spells for us, you viewers, and us here in the comments, is entertainment. It's entertainment plus. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that, J-Man.
oh mate, this is going to be
These
an
guys,
absolute ripper.
oh mate, they'll be scurrying for setups. Like some of these guys won't even practice a wet Bathurst. I don't think any of the lead-up practice has been in the rain. So yeah.
Okay. Just to throw another curveball in there, viewers, I can tell you that the weather forecast is improving in 5 minutes, and it's improving incredibly, a lot more towards the dry side of things in 15. So, do we see guys go out on a dry tyre? We'll give the information at hand as soon as we get it. As soon as these guys drop down, which will be very, very shortly, we will give you an idea. I can tell you at the moment, Maverick's on a wet tyre. Chan is on a dry tyre. Booth is on a dry tyre. Webley's on a wet. Crossland's on a wet. Rose on a dry tyre. Matty T's on a wet. T-Fam's on a wet. Tinnis is on a wet. Nathan Henderson wet.
Look, this is just listening to that mix.
Chan's changed to wet.
Oh, I was going to say, this is going to be
hasn't.
An interesting start to this race. If there's got so many variations throughout that top 10 there in between dry and wet tyres. So there you go. So is he going back to the wets as well?
Yeah, they're changing as we speak. So
yep.
Mav throwing a curveball in here. Mav's on a dry.
Okay, he's taking the gamble.
Oh, it's a 60-minute race. No required pit stop here. We know they won't have to stop, do they? No, they don't.
No compulsory pit stop, J-Man. It is a 60-minute sprint race here. As always, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs. It is the Rainlight Racing GT3 Series 2023. J-Man, round 7 at Bathurst. It is raining, and we've got 25 cars out there with the windscreen wipers on. This is going to be an epic start to a race if you've ever seen one. As the timer counts down, the boys will start rolling off the line here.
Yeah, well, the two guys for me right now in the absolute box seat for the long term, should they manage to be able to keep these things off the concrete walls, would be Maverick out there on a dry tyre. The next guy in the field is Will Dixon in P12 is on a dry tyre. And then just trying to work out who else. Brandon Foster, P19's on a dry. Okay, I'll keep this information coming to you. Okay, so 3 cars out of the 25 are on a dry tyre. That is Maverick, Will Dixon, and who was the other guy I said was Brandon Foster. 3 out of 25 are running a dry tyre. This will be an interesting call, because what you got to think about here, Davo, or these guys have got to think about, is these guys aren't going to have to come into the pits, and the weather is on the improve. Already it's saying 5 minutes there's no rain. Yeah. These guys are only going to have to do 2 laps before we see a massive improvement in track conditions and pace. So expect to see a good portion of the field have to peel into pit lane.
Yeah, and watch Mav and the like peel
Just
away
peel away
on
into
their
the
dry
distance.
tyre. But yeah, how much do they lose in the meantime? There is a little bit of an overlap, obviously, with their outright speed, obviously being on a wet tyre, dry tyre on a wet track. But like you said, it is minimal. Mav slowing down, trying to bunch that field.
Well, he wants to slow it down as much as he can. He wants to make this lap as long as possible because he knows the weather's on the improve. It's scheduled for 5 minutes that there to be absolutely no rain. So the longer he can make this outlap, the better.
Yeah, smart move from Mav. J-Man, good call.
So, I mean, I'm not one that probably should comment too much about what tyre selection to put on at the start of a race because I've been known to butcher it before. I think you've called one of my races, Davo, where I got it wrong. So,
look, the weather can be so variable in these games. As much as these guys try and you know, give us the best conditions. Well, it's not the best conditions, you know, like the most variable conditions possible. It's just a lottery, really, with the weather in most of these games. So,
yeah, see,
been a bit of a tough call. Mav
he hasn't even got his window wiper on, David.
No, he's still got to keep up a certain speed though, doesn't he? So he's slowing down and then speeding up, and
yep. I think this is a smart play from Mav.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right. So, and I mean, obviously a 6.2 kilometre lap here. We're going to see different parts of the circuit probably stay wetter for longer. But I wouldn't expect that we see the better part of this field try and stay out, push that wet tyre too long. They'll want to go out there and get onto a dry as soon as they can.
Yeah. Yeah, look, if this plays out, J-Man, it really is a good. It's it's masterclass move, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and
so
I mean,
they just start to form up, J-Man, as they run under the bridge here, trying to get a last little bit of warmth in those tyres there from Mav. As we come down in the final corner here, J-Man, round 7, Bathurst for the 2023 Rainlight Racing GT3 Series, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ and True to Life Racing Designs. J-Man, wet track at Bathurst. Hold on to your seats, everyone. This is going to be a cracking start, and we have got a green flag. Tan Shawley, side by side into one. Thought he might have made a move there on his wet tyre, but still, Mav just making that dry stick nicely. How we going? Back through the field there. Everybody's line astern.
Yeah, Mav's going to be vulnerable here. He's going to be vulnerable on this opening lap, and if he's smart, he'll just...
Here we go, Tan.
A little bit of contact there.
That's Webley as well.
Yep.
Sneaking through, that is also Charlie Booth having a bit of a look-see, and then we've got Gunther Rose sideways on the outside of Crossy, put himself into the back of, I think that was Booth. Okay, so that was unfortunate. I might just see if we get a big replay on that.
Is that Boothie facing backwards at the cutting, is it?
I'd say so.
No, it's not Boothie. I'm just trying to work out who it is.
On the replay here, you just see Gunther Rose sideways into the wall as he was on the outside of Crossy, and then ends up in the back of Booth, turning Booth. J-Man, that was unfortunate.
Oh, it was Webley. It was Webley.
Oh, it's Webley, should
it's
I say?
Webley, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's Webley. Yeah, at the cutting. Yep.
So, unfortunate there for all involved there. Actually, Gunther just finding himself hung out to dry.
So
Maverick in the clutches of Crossland already, J-Man. So he struggled down the hill.
Yeah, he has on this slick tyre, and we said that he'd be vulnerable at the start of this one, but the likes of Chad and Booth running away very, very quickly here with their wet tyres.
They need that gap though, don't they, to make the pit stop? So.
Oh, look, it's going to be huge because you're going to need the better part of 28 to 30 seconds to make that work. And
look, it's not rain. It's stopped raining already.
It has, and you know, Mav's pace will start picking up here very, very shortly. The second that this track starts improving, he will start going fast.
Oh, and that's Booth way off on one. He's just regained the circuit. He's going slow.
Yeah, this is going to leave him vulnerable to both Maverick and Crossland. Crossland attacking hard. If Mav pulls across to the optimum line here, he may be vulnerable to Crossy up the inside into Griffin's.
You would expect so. Oh, tight stuff, J-Man, and it gets a glance on the wall on the exit as he gets out into the wet road.
Yeah, little rub there.
Crossy struggling with it very wide up through the cutting there, J-Man. So Crossy on the wet, isn't he?
Yeah, Crossy's on the wet. The only, like I mentioned, the only guys in. I'm trying to keep my eye on the. Oh, we've got Tennyson already. We have got Gunter Rowan already. Pete Dawson and Zach Carr. So there is a big flurry already. These guys knowing you get it done early. Get off that tyre.
Yeah, yeah. So what's Cooley on as well, J-Man? We just got cameras on him at the moment.
Julie's is on a wet tyre. Yeah, so Cooley's making that wet work because he's.
So he started from way back and has popped himself up into 8th pretty damn quickly there, J-Man. We know how quick he is. Managing that very twitchy Aston Martin in these drying conditions here. But it is drying. It will change. We will see a flurry of pit stops. There is just no two ways about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just wondering how long Vic stays out there. He'll stay out there as long as he's comfortable enough on that tyre. He'll stretch that tyre for as long as he possibly can. And we couldn't rule out the fact that that weather changed really, really quickly off the start of this at the start of this race. Could it change back to wet conditions again?
Yep.
So, Crossy off at the final turn.
Yep. I just saw that, and that is Booth actually just regaining control of that position now too.
Yep, so Vic Chan out there on their wet tyre just posted a 206.6 versus Mavericks 209.4.
Okay.
So margins out to 7.1 seconds already. So, you know, and this is what he needs to do in these conditions to negate what is inevitably going to be a pit stop. Whereas Maverick not likely going to stop at all. The other guy, Will Dixon, started P13. He's the other guy out there on the dry tyre. He started to make that tyre work for himself as well. He's up to P10 as well. So Will Dixon doing a great job. And I also mentioned, so Josh Nightingale in the lane, Kenneth Worcester in the lane, Brandon Webley in the lane, Bella in the lane, Venter in the lane. That's tennis.
So very busy.
Gunter has not come out to my recollection here out of the lane. So that's gone a bit pear-shaped there. Just seeing Maverick lighten up the deltas from his end. So
with Booth, it's actually Booth on Mav, J-Man. Now, that Lambo has not been in for its tyre yet. Mav won't need to go in for his tyre, but we know what that Lambo's like. We saw it in pre-race practice and obviously in qualifying too. So he'll want to get off that rubber. I would expect him to see him at the end of this lap with Mav holding him up a little bit.
Yep. Vic Chan staying out. He's pulled that from 7.1 out last lap round to a 9.4. So that is going out to the tune of 2.5, 3 seconds a lap at the moment, which is what he needs to do. I don't have the exact accurate number on what that would be. Crossland in the lane. Who else we got in the lane? Henderson, T-Fam in the lane. So there's a mad flurry there. Not to mention when these guys come in the lane, there's a huge risk factor of grabbing a stop-go or a pit lane in free.
as always.
Which the likes of Maverick and Will Dixon and co aren't likely to face.
No, as we just see Mav returns to Vitali Butali. Actually, again, off at 1 this lap round. Compromised his exit, and Mav back around and back in to second position, J-Man. So,
Yeah.
Mav really in a good position on a drying track at the moment. He's easily going to be leading this race in the next couple of laps over Vic Chan. And really making that dry tyre work already pretty solidly, isn't he?
Mav?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. So just 10.9 the gap now, so I don't think we're seeing the margin. I think this is the time to go for Vic. I think if Vic wants to fight, there's still 52 minutes of this race left. If he thinks he's got any sort of chance with Maverick,
go early. Yeah.
With Maverick already a second up on his last lap, which was a 2:08.7, so he's likely to do a 2:07. 2:07.7 this lap round, likely. Vic Chan, I'll give you a read on his lap time as he comes around. His last lap was a 5:7. He's looking to slightly improve here, or basically thing it. So a 5:8 for Vic Chan that lap round. And we've got Maverick's 1.8 seconds up on his lap. So what's he likely going to do? He's done a 6.9. So
yep.
Still 1.1 seconds slower than Chan out there on that wet tyre. But that is only going to get better and better as each lap goes on for Maverick. So
for sure. And like you're saying, what do they need to get in and out of that pit? 25 seconds or something?
No, it's probably closer to 35.
Yeah, okay.
I was just looking at some of the margins. These guys sitting down there changing a tyre. Will Dixon round that lap there, 2:09.647. He's currently sitting in P7. Maddie T's up the road ahead of him. She's still on a wet. Craig McConnell just about to come into the pit lane.
T-Fam just exiting, I think, in the background there as well, behind Will Dixon, J-Man.
Yep. Who else? Yeah, Kenneth Worcester coming out. He's just going to pop out behind Pete Dawson by the look of it.
So plenty going on, J-Man. Early stages of the race, but interesting conditions just to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works. And it's a flurry of pit stops.
Yeah, Chan's got to go. Chan's got to go now. He's a second down on his Delta.
Mav's 6/10 up on his.
Yeah, so it's time to go, because no matter which way you look at it, it's going to hurt. And I tell you what, the guy I'm watching post pit stops is Will Dixon. Is this a masterclass here from Will Dixon that he ends up coming out in potentially a P2 spot? Now, where is Brandon Foster? Was the third guy. He is in P8. He's one position behind Will Dixon. He was the third guy. He was the only one of the three. Yeah, he was one of the three that bolted on a dry tyre, took his pain early, and now he's inside the 10. So
Chan stays out, J-Man.
Okay.
We have Cooley all the way up to 5th, and now putting pressure on Nick Firth in 4th position, J-Man. So Cooley also hasn't pitted. Neither of these guys have pitted, actually, Cooley or Firth. So
Boothie. No, you've got Boothie, Firthy, Cooley, Matty T. Those ones there are the ones, and obviously Vic Chan at the front. And that was the first lap we've seen in this race where Maverick's been quicker than Vic, and he was quicker than him to the tune of about 6.5 tenths of a second there. So the likelihood that keeps trending that way is, yeah, Maverick's starting to look like the car's got a bit of pace now. Just here we got Webley in the pits. Yep. And he's well down. Oh, so obviously this is post that incident at the cutting at the start of the race with Gunter Rowe. So it was a real shame to the start of that race. We know how hard it is at Bathurst to get round that first lap in premium conditions, let alone wet.
So true, so true, J-Man. As we just see Vic Chan round up the AJ Champ BMW.
Of Louis van der Venter.
Yes.
Yeah, so once again, Vic Chan 8 to 9 tenths down on his personal delta. So every lap he does this, he's praying for rain, but it's not coming. And he's just going to keep plugging away at this thing. The gap now under 10 seconds. It's 9.7. It was 10.6 last time I looked. And Maverick once again on the improved 6 tenths up. Likely going to run a mid to low 5 here. Versus Chan's 2 minutes 6.7. You see a 2:05.5 for Maverick. So the battle is certainly going to start heating up inside. I'm going to say the next five laps. Yeah, 5 laps he'll be with him. Madison T in the lane. She's just coming in the lane now. Get those wet socks off and put some dry ones on.
Yeah, definitely. As we just got eyes on Jacques Venter with a big moment across Skyline there, J-Man.
Yeah. And who's he chasing down? Is that Yako?
Yeah, that is
a very out of position.
That is Yako on. I'm not. That's one of the other digital solution cars. I think that might be Tinnis. They're out of position.
That's Tinnis, is it? Okay.
Yes, Tinnis, and that is T-Fam in front. So Tinnis out of position there.
Yep.
He's pitted already.
Oh, and who was that I saw out through the chase?
That's Tinnis. Off into the sand, J-Man.
Right, gets it wrong, coming down there through the chase. Just probably a little heavy under brakes. Just re-enters there. I'm not sure who that was. Was that... not sure who just rounded him up.
That could have been Booth, J-Man. Oh, no. Should I say... I'm lost.
That car?
That car. Webley.
Yep, Webley.
It was Webley.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so where were we?
Chan to the lane. Chan coming into pit lane.
So you keep an eye on that, J-Man. Just picking up on T-Fam. After rounding up, looks like Matty T actually, and just up in front we've got
Ali Booth on the lane.
So we have got plenty of traffic going on here at the moment. Crossland just clears that. They're just getting tangled up in some lap traffic there. I think it might be...
might have been Josh Nightingale there, David.
Might be actually. I thought it might have been Joe Grimmer actually, J-Man. I think it is Joe Grimmer. He's got Henderson tucked in behind him, T-Fam tucked in behind him, Matty T and Jaco Venter. So fairly hefty train of cars, really nowhere to go across the top of the hill as they roll down. Grimmer, full position. Is not obliged to move over.
No, absolutely not, mate. This is
contested all day as he just gets muscled there down into the braking area. T-Fam with a nice move on the outside there.
Matty T.
Was that Matty T with a touch from Jaco. J-Man, we might try and get a replay on that.
Oh, T-Fam just, yep. Oh, so Vic Chan's had a big accident at Griffin's as well. Broken the window, bent the steering.
So that's no good. So we're just picking up on this replay here as the boys and girls get past Joe Grimmer. And just getting tangled up there a little bit again behind the lapped car. Matty T slowing and getting a tap from the back from Jaco. Not ideal, J-Man, as they negotiate some of this lap traffic.
It was huge too. Yep. That's
So
bad.
Rick Tan in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, so what it was is he came through Griffin's heading up towards the cutting, and he met a uh, Ferrari by the name of Zach Carr sitting in the middle of the track, and he had nowhere to go, and Matty T's back in the pits as well.
So that's the second stop for Tan.
Oh, that's a escape back to pits, mate. He'll be lapped down because that thing was proper broken, so
Oh, okay.
that
So
could be his night here.
okay, so we've got a proper broken car there. Madison T also in the pits too. She will have some damage after a little bit of contact exiting the chase, J-Man. We also just pick up on Adrian Kramer and Alex Zandberg running across the top of the mountain
Yep.
in
So
16th, 17th.
So I tell you what, this 997 Will Dixon car, which has had a lot of airtime in the previous 6 weeks, Davo, for better or for worse.
Yeah, yes.
He was one of the guys that I mentioned earlier, him, Maverick, and Brandon Foster, that started on a dry tyre. Now, Will Dixon's currently running P4, sorry. Firthy and Cooley in front of him are still on a wet tyre and do have to stop. So
Dixon on a dry. So yeah,
Dixon on
doing
a dry,
well.
likely to grab second position here. And
Yep.
then also, Brandon Foster's running P7. He's behind Crossland, who is on a dry tyre. So likelihood Crossy for a potential P3s at this point is very,
It's looking
yeah.
good. It's looking good. Definitely Joe Man. As we just pick up on Nathan Henderson in the Bentley, running up the hill with T-Fam, hot in tow, J-Man. That is Jaco Venture in the background, you can see there. Things still yet to change in this race. We're a third of the way through, J-Man. A little over 40 minutes to go here at Bathurst for round 7 in the Rainlight Racing 2023 GT3 series, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing. Henderson across the top of the mountain. T-Fam committed.
Very committed.
Right up against the wall and really does make some gains. Venter out. Wide again, J-Man. Through Skyline, we saw him do it a few laps ago. We might try. That car does not look good. He needs to get that thing in the pits.
Yeah, that thing is all sorts of loose. But yeah, Henderson with all the pressure at the moment.
Definitely
from T-Fam.
T-Fam, just picking up on this replay, J-Man.
Yep.
On Jaco as he just enters over the crest and into Skyline, very sideways and out in the center. That looked very tame compared to the one he did a few laps ago. So that car is a very slippery little McLaren at the moment. So he'll be working hard. So T-Fam, Henderson, yes, back to that. The Bentley stretched its legs down the hill.
But look how good the McLaren was under brakes, and
he's going to let him go.
He's going to let him go. Okay.
So the Bentley moves over, allowing T-Fam in the triple. Yeah, the triple one. The triple one McLaren there, J-Man. So Henderson quite happy to chase. Firth, Dixon. This has been going on for ages, this little battle here. Dixon not going anywhere. Firth on a wet tyre, J-Man.
Yeah, Firthy and Cooley both out there still doing it, although Cooley just peeling off into pit lane as we speak.
We go.
Go and get rid of that, and that's going to relinquish P2 to Firthy.
No, Firthy's actually...
Oh, no, he's already succumbed to Dixon already.
So he pulled over and let Dixon go there, J-Man.
Yeah.
So does he pull in now? No.
Yep.
Oh, yes, he does. Late entry there for Nick Firth in the Firthy's Fried Chicken. McLaren, as we just pick up on Jaco Venter running down the hill.
Yeah, so Boothie's the next guy after Dixon, and then you'll go Crossy, Foster, T-Fam, and Henderson.
Okay, so we got Jakob on camera at the moment. I think
Yep.
that is Tennis tucked in behind him, and
Yeah, it is. Looking for a move down through the chase here. Very,
which
very
Elise
big
will get
underbreak.
done there, and that is
Yep.
way deep from Tennis and across the infield, and I would suspect that is Webley tucked in behind him. Sorry, I've clicked on the wrong card. Here we go.
Yeah, so Brandon's still recovering. Still recovering there.
Yep.
Who did we just see there? Was that
Oh, look at this
there's
run.
a heap of stuff going on out of
So Firth out of the pits, J-Man. That's Henderson just passed.
Yep.
He's got one of the white Lambos, and then we've got this Tinnis and Webley.
Yeah, battle going on.
Battle going on in the background.
That's a heated pack there from Henderson back. Some cars out of position there though.
Yeah, so it's a little bit mixed up. If you excuse me, as we try it, it's actually Zarko, not Tinnis there, J-Man, as well. So, yeah, definitely a few cars out of position there. A little bit hard to keep track of who's who. But, yeah, gaggle of cars as we see a couple of them just nick the wall. They run up onto the top of the mountain. So full commitment. That is Tinnis in the background. Jarko Venter on screen at the moment. Webley tucked in behind. Firthy out in front with Henderson leading that pack, J-Man.
Yeah.
In the Bentley.
And he is legit up there in P6.
Yeah, oh,
so
definitely.
You know, these guys are trying to unlap themselves. Steve Crossan back to the pits. What's going on there with Crossy? He was in a strong position.
Yes, yeah, well, that's interesting. I just noticed a lot of damage on some of these cars. Even the Bentley of Henderson's has the bonnet up, as we just see Jarko covering from Webley.
We'll just get a quick word from Crossy just to see what's going on there, Davo. Sorry to bother you during a bit of a, looks like an unscheduled pit stop, mate. Can you give us insight what's happening there?
Internet dropout.
Oh, damn, mate, you're in such a commanding position there after that pit stop to go from wets to dries, mate. You were looking very, very good. That's a real shame, Crossy.
Yeah, I'm just going to get back in because we've worked out a system points-wise where you drop out from, so I'll just try and see what I can gather up.
Okay, mate. Well, best of luck. Chin up.
Good
luck. Cheers, mate.
Press on.
Steve Crossan there with some technical issues, J-Man, but yes, onwards and upwards, reconnecting, and will complete the rest of this race. A little under 35 minutes now to go as we see that large train of cars running up the hill, led by the Bentley of Nathan Henderson.
Yep.
Who is around, J-Man, and in the pits. What happened there?
I didn't get to see what happened there.
Okay, so we got a 30 on that, J-Man. As we just see him run up into 2.
Yeah, he come out up there heading towards the cutting. He's got Firthy behind him.
So nicely, this thing has looked strong, J-Man, all night.
Oh, he just loops it up coming out of the cutting.
Yeah, that looked very odd. That looked odd. The car looked like it might have copped a hit, but there was no one close to it. So unfortunate there for Henderson. As we watch the boys run down the hill, Firth, Jarko. That's Webley tucked in behind Firth, and then Jarko. That's Nightingale in the background we can see.
Yep, so I was just trying to get a read. Obviously, Maverick out there, no issues now that dry tyres come back into its own. However, we have got rain scheduled in 15 minutes.
Who would have thunk it?
Is there anyone out there on a wet tyre? I don't believe there is.
Oh, there wouldn't be now.
No, but nonetheless, I think timing is everything to get onto the right tire at the right time, as Maverick
Absolutely.
purely showed earlier in the race, and Will Dixon's got a great opportunity here to grab a podium this week, and potentially, by my recollection, maybe his first podium this season here at Rainlight Racing. So currently running P2, some 36 odd seconds behind Maverick. However, he does have a 20-second margin over Charlie Booth, and then another 23 seconds back from that is Chris Curley. So great potential here for a podium, albeit second or third, but a lot to play out here with rain scheduled on the horizon, Davo.
Yeah, J-Man, just to mix it up that one little bit more. Yeah, we love it. As we just pick up out of the helmet of Brandon Webley as he chased down first and very untidy across the mountain, the top of the hill there. J-Man with the clip on the wall and then out off track through Skyline.
Yeah, just hasn't quite got that lateral grip or the aero across the top there as much as he wanted to push. It just wasn't there.
It's a busy looking lap, J-Man. Looks very busy. Plenty going on. And plenty of conversation, concentration, should I say, maybe some conversation too over the airwaves. We just might get out of the back of Nick First's car. There we go. Webley's
Webley
in.
down the inside.
Can he stop it, J-Man?
No, he can't.
Oh, and he thought better of poking it back out onto the bitumen there, didn't he?
He's next in line.
He's saying, well, if he's not going to do it, if he's not going to do it, I am. Can he make it stick on the outside, out the grass as well?
I don't know.
Firth. He's got the inside.
Yeah, Firthy poking it up the inside. He's still got rights.
He's like, thanks for coming, guys.
Great battle going on here between Nick Firth and
Zarko Venter.
No, that is it. Is it?
Yeah, it's Zarko out of position.
It is.
So, killer battle, J-Man.
Great battle going on there.
Oh, as we see Zarko's car moving around under brakes.
Yeah, so Yako currently sitting in P7, Firthy in P6, so that's a legit fight.
Yeah, oh, for sure, yep.
So, great job here. I'm just going to pick up on...
Full commitment from both of those guys. They are pushing very hard, J-Man. You can see it in the body language of the cars. There's nothing left.
So, Firthy qualified in P11. So, currently running P6. That's a great job. Obviously, a lot of water under the bridge, excuse the pun, since then.
Yeah.
But he's doing a great job.
Yeah, nailed the pit stop. Came out in a really good position here. Clearly in front of Zarko there.
And
so,
yeah, Yako qualifying in 15th, so he's doing a great job as well.
Now Webley, who's actually tucked in behind that battle, not so much. He is well out of position and down the leaderboard in 20th and trying to unlap himself, J-Man.
He wants, and Yako just lets that happen. Oh, very, very loose.
From Webley in the background there. As first rounds one. Yeah. From both, actually.
Yeah, it was from both.
Sketchy. So, a hell of a battle going on there as that field spreads a little bit now. It sort of spread a little bit once Henderson left the picture, didn't it, J-Man? And things have smoothed out since then. So unfortunate for Henderson, also unfortunate for Vic Chan. He's out of the race as well, as we pick up on Will Dixon, J-Man, in second position.
Yeah, and he's just sort of levelled out there at that 206 mark there, 205.9 the lap, his best lap. But Charlie Booth, the guy on the move, a 2:02.5, has pulled that gap back from what was 20 seconds to Will Dixon down to 10.5. So
Wow.
with still 27, just under 28 minutes of this race to go, it's inevitable that I think at this point that Charlie's going to catch Will. However, Cooley is some margin back. He's running, he ran a 2:01.5, so he's coming too. So the back end of this race, if there's no weather change, which we know there is weather coming on the horizon,
More
it is going to
potentially.
get mighty tough here for Will Dixon. No such case for Mav, although, however, he is cycling around on 2:04s, so he could be dealing with traffic. We could be just massaging that tyre that he's been on since the start of this race, and we know that the likes of Boothie, Cooley and co are all on a much newer tyre, having started this race on a wet, Davo.
True. True, but like you keep mentioning, eyes will be towards the skies as this race winds down. With a little over 26 minutes to go now, J-Man, just out of the back of first car.
Yeah, this is Webley trying to unlap himself as they come up Mountain Straight, and to be honest, Firthy could just let him go here. It wouldn't make too much difference.
As he does.
Yep. Tag on the back there. Keep that lap time going there, Firthy. You're in a great spot, mate. P6. And he probably didn't want to get hindered too much because he has got Jaco Venter there just tucked up, coming out of the cutting as well. Heading up Solomons, Reeds, McPhillamy as they head up the hill here.
So yeah, nice work from the boys. Really hitting their marks solidly there, J-Man, and nice tidy stuff from those three.
Yeah, beautiful bit of driving there. Just great awareness, I guess, for those guys. Fully aware about who's where on track and where the fight is and where it isn't. So.
Definitely. Jaco's still struggling a little bit with front end grip by the looks of it. He's struggled with it all night, J-Man. But these guys, pretty well the closest guys on track, apart from these couple of BMWs here of Joe Grimmer and Mr. Worcester. A couple of M4s here going at it, J-Man.
Yeah, now what's the difference here? So Uncle Joe is...
Joe's way up. He's in ninth.
He's in ninth.
And
so
Worcester's in 19th.
Great job.
Yeah.
He is absolutely smashing it tonight in the 42 BMW as Uncle Joe. Well done. Good play. Young, Louis Van der Venter in the 99 card BMW as well. Doing a great job. So good showing tonight for the BMWs across the board, obviously with Maverick out in front.
Yeah, Van der Venter actually got a great lead on Joe there. J-Man, it is like more than half the track.
Yeah.
As we see Louis run down into the chase while the boys are still up on the top of the hill as we speak, J-Man. So yeah, nice work from Louis in the top 10 there, J-Man in 8th.
Yeah, and Charlie Booth has effectively got Will Dixon, albeit the length of Conrod Straight in his sights. He just saw Dixon go through the chase as he was coming over the rise. He can see him down through there now, so that battle is going to heat up pretty quickly. Firthy still doing a great job here holding Jaco out. Alex Sandberg in the lane, and there's a car in front of him who's just coming as well. Who is that? Is that who is that? Trying to pick out who that else that came. Oh, it was Craig McConnell coming into pit lane as well. Have they made an early call here to go and get on a wet tyre before this rain turns up? Because it is turning up in 5 minutes. I'll try and keep you up to speed on that. Zach Carr, he's in the pit lane as well.
I just noticed Henderson back out on track as well, J-Man.
Yeah, he's been out for a little bit. He did come back out, and he's currently holding down P11. So great job from Nathan. Just trying to see if any of these boys currently sitting in pit lane reach for a wet tyre, because that could play big dividends. It's not raining yet, but it is coming in 5.
22.5 minutes to go in this race, J-Man. If we get rain, hold on to your hats, everyone.
Yeah, is there a sting in the tail of this one? I think there is.
It's not over yet. And there it is, J-Man. I see rain on my screen at the top of the hill as we see Dixon. Does he come in now? He's just coming through Forest Elbow. He's got to be one of the last cars on track first to line up. Now that's Charlie Booth. He's gained on him heaps.
Dixon's got to go. He's got to go now. He's got to take this.
Surely Booth would go with him, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Unfortunately for Mav, Mav's at the start of a lap.
Yeah. So this is where it could catch him out.
Yeah.
Can Dixon stop this thing down into the chase? That's Booth just in the background. Does he pull in now?
Oh, you gotta go.
Oh, Booth. Booth stays out as well, J-Man. Cooley running down past Dawson into the chase. These guys are in prime position to get in and get on a wet tyre.
It may be just a shower, Davo. It may be just a shower.
So Cooley stays. Next would be T-Fam, then Nick Firth, and then Jaco Venter, J-Man, who takes the gamble. It is 20 minutes to go. If this rain stops again, that is a long run home on a wet tyre, isn't it?
It is a long run home. Who was that just rounded up Jaco? Was that Tinnis?
That is Tinnis, yes, yep. That is Tinnis. So Jaco is either Tinnis, no, Tinnis has moved forward nicely, actually.
Oh, who's that? Is that Furthy in the lane?
He's going to take the gamble.
He is going to take the gamble.
That's also Dawson, I think. I see the white Lambo in there as well, J-Man.
Yeah, not a great entry there from Furthy. He actually stopped it right on the control line.
So
Crosslin in the lane. He's coming in for a wet tyre.
Maverick stays out. You couldn't have scripted this stuff. As we just see Maverick up through one and Nightingale literally just disappear off the circuit back there.
Yes.
And regathers it. Looks like it's still all in one piece. So he's missed the wall. Nice work if you can get it. Well done. So Dawson and Crosslin are actually neck and neck for position. So
yeah, and
Dawson's out.
Yeah, Zandberg came in the lap before. He actually was one of the 3 guys that came in very early, and he came in with that car, Craig McConnell. That car hasn't come back out, but Craig McConnell, maybe Zach didn't.
Oh, there you go. I think that's that car's going out now, and that's Furthy just leaving the lane as well, J-Man. So Crosslin actually off the jacks as well, as we see Louis Van Deventer actually just rolling into the pits, as we see Dixon come round T1 in front of the Crosslin car with Charlie Booth all over the back of him.
He is.
And this is going to heat up. The weather's changed. Who can deal with these changing conditions? Dixon, very wide.
Had a big wobble there.
He's going to be vulnerable here to... Oh, he's let Crosslin go.
Yeah, no issues there because Crossy's out of position. So T-Fam in the lane.
So
T-Fam's in the fence.
Dixon.
Oh, he hasn't even made it. He's tried to get in the lane, but he's out in the kitty litter.
Dixon... Oh, God, no. Dixon will have wished he had gone in on that last lap. I think that's Jaco Venter also coming in. J-Man in behind.
With T-Fam and Jaco in there.
So, Dixon, we need to keep an eye on him. He had a podium position under his belt if he kept it together. J-Man will still have a podium position under his belt if he keeps it together. So he's got to get that car off track and get a set of wet tyres on it.
Yeah, look, I'm just watching Chris Curley here, and he's a very, very quick pedaler, and he is not looking too comfy as he comes across the top. So these guys have got to go. Otherwise, they will be at the mercy of everybody that goes before them very, very quickly.
Yeah, so definitely a well-worn set of slick tyres. They're attempting to circulate on J-Man. Not ideal conditions. And we see some of them struggling. And look, some guys are just wet weather masters, aren't they? And they just seem to deal with it.
Yep.
You know, they back off a little bit and they just make it happen. Dixon stays out, J-Man.
Yeah, so is Mav, and Mav is absolutely tippy-toeing around here. He's only into the second sector of the circuit, and he's already 3.6 seconds down on his lap. So that tells me, if you're prepared to lose 5 seconds a lap, sweet, stay out there. But, mate,
Yeah.
I think it is time to go. Chris
Dearie
Curley
me.
in the lane.
As we just see Charlie Booth, I think he's going to let Crossy round him up here. Now, Crossy possibly on a set of wets now.
He is on a wet tyre.
And that is not Booth's fight at all with Crossy out of position. So,
and we see it is 5 minutes. It is actually going to cane down, and then in 15 minutes, which will effectively be the end of the race, it's going to find up as Crossy is incredibly wide at the cutting.
yeah, lucky to hang on to that as we see Dixon in the background. Oh, look, I'm sure some of these guys, like I mentioned last lap, had wished they'd gone in earlier.
Yep.
By a lap or even 2 now, J-Man, as this track gets very, very sodden. Dixon struggling across the top of the hill there with that multicoloured Lamborghini.
Who's that coming in the lane? Who is that I can just see coming in? Is Kenneth Worcester. That car's in the lane.
Cooley's in the lane as well, or just coming out. J-Man behind Henderson as well.
Yeah, they're going to have Maverick coming around turn 1 behind them, or they should be able to drive away from Mav because he actually went round there on a 2-minute 13.2.
Yes, and so clearly still on his slick tyre,
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Cooley runs away. And I would suspect just pulls the lead on that Bentley. Super quick Cooley when he gets his head down and knuckles down J-Man. So, Will Dixon, let's pick up on Will Dixon. We've said it the last 2 laps, we would expect to see this car in the pit lane.
He's staying out, mate. Yep.
What's the gap back to Cooley? That's a bit.
So,
he's up the top of the hill.
He's got 5 seconds up the road to Boothie, and then Cooley is around.
He's just coming through the dipper now.
Is he? Okay, we should get a split as he comes out of Forest Elbow.
So yeah, Cooley just first lap out after the pit stop with Henderson in tow. Not made much of a gain yet as they run out of the elbow and down. Conrad again, J-Man, 21 laps in. 14 minutes to go. Maverick past Joe Grimmer.
Yep. Oh, so Yako's very, very loose across the top, making that wet tyre generate some heat there. I just picked up on that. I thought he was going to go straight on, but no, he's no issues there. But
they are all very wide there, and the elbow gets a clip on the wall there. Also saw Booth there. What is very sideways.
Super sideways.
Running down the hill under power. That car, very gripped up car in the drive, but look at the control that's required to make that thing go fast in the rain on a slick tyre, J-Man. And he's got his head down, eyes forward, and focus. is the name of the game here. With 13 minutes to go, J-Man, changing weather conditions, ladies and gentlemen. Just to mix it up.
Yeah, Louis Vandeventer and Uncle Joe, I got to say, still doing a great job as well. Louis out there on a wet tyre, Uncle Joe on a dry tyre. So Joe's done a great job to be able to get in and get back on that dry tyre and stay on that dry tyre and press on. So, albeit that car looks very, very nervous.
Very nervous as we see Booth and Dixon stay out. J-Man in second and third respectively. Yeah, just talking about Louis in the 99 AJ Champ BMW, doing a fantastic job. Actually, J-Man he's held out that 8th position for quite some time, actually, so with no real threat. Plenty of gap back to Joe Grimmer, so can't see that changing anytime soon without a massive mistake.
No, and I'll tell you what, so looking at the time we've got left in this race, just shy of 12 minutes, Will Dixon just come up through the cutting in turn 3 there, or 3-4, and he's just working his way up the hill. Now Chris Cooley has just come across the start-finish line, so what's the time difference? There's a 10-second difference on the lap time, but he's got a heap of track in front of him with only 11 minutes and 17 seconds to go. So I'm saying that at this point, 5
laps?
Yeah, he's probably okay. Yeah. And we do see a negative sign on the rain in 5 minutes, so conditions not likely to get any worse than this. So likes of Maverick and Co, Will Dixon, Charlie Booth, all those boys out there still cycling around on a dry slick tyre that's probably seen better days already, are doing a great job.
No doubt, Joe, man. No doubt. So boys, just as much as it sort of looks like it just going through the motions here, but yeah, plenty going on in car here. J-Man, who have you eyes on?
Oh, it was that car across the top, and he's just absolutely butchered it across the top, and I don't know how the likes of Cooley and Co missed him, because he was just a pinball. It was a wrecking machine. He was a pinball wizard going down there, but he has a straight back to pits. I'd say that would be the meatball flag, because that thing was not pretty.
Not pretty at all. As we just pick up out of the back of Jocko's Venter's car, who has Mr. Webley.
He has got Mr. Webley
tucked under his wing and working hard for it. Mr. Webley would like to get past, I suspect, J-Man.
Yeah, so this is P18 on P6.
Yeah.
So quite a big margin there. These guys would be quite used to normally being literally for position on track. However, Brandon succumbed to an unfortunate incident heading up between turns 2 and 3 tonight on lap 1. So been a night of recovery. He's dug deep. Looks like Jaco's just going to let him go here. Like we've mentioned earlier, these guys very awake to where the fight is.
Yeah.
And where it isn't.
And, you know, clearly in trying conditions, you know, they don't really want to get into any fight. So, you know, they've got to be calculated about these things, and, yeah, just not worth the energy and the potential of a accident or even an off. J-Man, any time lost is too much. So, yeah, Jarko, like you mentioned there, just letting Webley pass neatly, cleanly as they move on. You can just see in the foreground there that is Nick Firth, and then I think that is Kramer, actually. Just
I think it is.
Tucked in there, out of position. So,
Yeah, Firthy doing a great job here tonight. You know, he
Oh, for sure.
I think made a great call and went to get on the right tyre and had good pace, and he's out there cycling. Like last that round was a 2:10.2, and I had been watching Chris Juli's times as being the fastest guy out there in the wet conditions at the moment on a 2:09.6. So only, you know, 8-9 tenths maybe slower than Chris Juli's running. So he is the next guy up the road, so not likely to catch him. There is some margin up there as we just see Firthy round up the inside of Uncle Joe as they come across Skyline. Not the easiest place to do it, but he did do a great job of that.
Yeah, nice work. Obviously, from both involved, it's just so hard to do across the top of the mountain, let alone in the rain. So nice stuff as we just pick up on Curly actually there. Yeah, J-Man. Again, just going through the motions, you know, just trying to stay focused. He's in, you know, a big chunk of clear air there, back and front, and just trying to hit his marks and keep chipping away at that gap to Will Dixon, J-Man, but a large gap it is with a little under 7 minutes to go. It probably seems futile. Tennis Venta. Why is he coming up on my radar there? Because he is battling with Nathan Henderson.
He is. He looked for an inside down there.
That's Henderson Pass.
I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And like whistled past. Now, why is that? So Nathan's on a wet, Tennis is on a dry. That is why.
Aha. So the Bentley,
that's the pace difference.
Bentley with all the grip, and look at it, just drive away. Oh, slippery as hell still as he comes up over the top of the hill. Yep. But yeah, look at the gap already as that thing just hunkers down. And
yeah, six minutes to go, and rain stopping in 5. So this is it. This is likely what you're going to see for the rest of the race, Davo. These sort of conditions.
Now Crossland stuck in a battle. He's like sandwiched between Grimmer. It's got T-Fam right up his clacker, and I think that is
Alex Zandberg.
Mr. Zandberg.
Yep.
So a little bit of lap traffic and a little bit.
He does a nice job there.
He does, with a little bit of a heated battle going on. Well, T-Fam got hung out to dry there. Very awkward little move there. Definitely drew the short straw, J-Man, as Crossy just flicks it from left to right across the top. Oh, that's it still. Look at the control on that car. Very sideways.
Super sideways across the top.
So got that thing by the scruff of the neck, J-Man. Look at it.
Tipped it in from the grate was a beautiful piece of driving, because the thing stepped out as it just got a little light coming over that piece of road there. So he did a great job, did Crossy there, and T-Fam also just tucked in behind him.
Definitely. They're actually ranging up on that little Jaco Venter Webley battle going on there, J-Man.
Yep.
And is that Jaco back past?
That's Webley back past Jaco. So there's a bit of an exchange going on.
Okay, so they're trading places.
Yep. Having a bit of fun.
Soon enough, with only 4.5 minutes to go, Crossy's going to get amongst that little fight there as well, J-Man, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But not long to go here. These guys will be breathing a sigh of relief after the checkers, I think, tonight, J-Man. Been an interesting race. Weather hasn't been nice to them.
No, it hasn't. And we were, you know, it was funny, you know, going back through the motions now and looking at the likes of Will Dixon, you know, we were screaming that he had to get off that tyre. And, mate, he held firm. He followed Charlie Booth on the dry tyre, and he followed Maverick's lead, and maybe he knew that there was, you know, we're going to find out in about 3.5 minutes, should it carry on the way it is, what his thoughts were about that. But great job from those guys to stretch that dry tyre out in those conditions.
Absolutely, as we see Jaco in the fence and back out of the fence, and now Crossy wanting to have a bit of a go on the way up the hill. Is there enough road? Only just.
Yeah.
Webley's got a front row seat to all of that.
Too wide there.
Wow.
Crossy sweeps around.
So, Crossy passed the Webley-Jacko battle. J-Man wrapped them up. There's Kramer backwards in the wall.
Oh no.
Off the top of Skyline there, J-Man.
Yeah, that's big. Hopefully he can just carefully get it back on without upsetting anybody else coming across there. Who have we got about to come across Skyline?
Oh, he's tentatively trying to turn this thing around. He gets it spun. And he's off, pointing in the right direction, Jay.
Yep.
So we get back onto this Webley. Webley Jarko. This is very tight. I think Jarko's sick of just pulling over and letting him pass. I need to be. Oh no!
Oh, that's huge into the
massive
wall, mate. And it looked like it picked up speed once it made the grass.
So a little touch on the outside in the grass after the chase.
Oh, he's going to be vulnerable here for P18, P19. Oh, that thing is broken. That steering is proper bent.
Just
He's going to try and get it across.
Pick up this replay, J-Man, as they run down Conrad. He was out the grass before the chase, and then he gets through the chase wide into the grass. And, mate, that thing wasn't stopping.
No. And Craig McConnell here is going to round him up for that P18 spot, because if you go in car with Webley, that thing is more than half a lock steering left hand down.
Oh, that does not look good, as you can see it clearly there as we get out of the helmet of Webley as he tries to stay offline, J-Man.
Yep.
That car is not a well car. He's probably got another lap to do though, hasn't he?
He will do, because Maverick
because Mav's on the way down the hill, so he'll cross the line again. So he'll have to wrestle that thing home. That is going to be a big ask, J-Man. Wow.
So the Cooley-Dixon gap is down to just under 17 seconds with a lap to go. So I think he's going to be A-OK there. Is young Will Dixon here for his first podium?
I think so. Josh Nightingale has also been chasing, Nathan Henderson chasing down Josh Nightingale as well, and has sort of pulled up pretty close as well, but I think just a little bit too far away, J-Man. Charlie Booth, as we just pick him up off the top of Skyline there, just rounding up Joe Grimmer actually in the M4 BMW.
Yep.
That track looks pretty good. The rain looks like it stopped. The wipers are off and it's drying already. This will be the second to last lap as he comes out of the Forest Elbow.
Yeah, Maverick on the last lap now. Yep.
So Mav in the Predator BMW on the final lap.
Steve Crossland. Okay. Good recovery after that disconnect for Crossy up to P14.
Definitely. Seen a couple of boys escape back to pits, actually with very damaged cars too, J-Man, and just pick up the ball and go again as well, which is good to see. Can be a little bit deflating. Easy enough to just to quit out, but takes a bigger, stronger man just to pick it up and keep going, mate, when times are tough, as we see Mav pushing all the way to the end here, J-Man sideways through Skyline there and drop down the hill. A masterclass, mate, with the choice in the dry tyre at the beginning. I think I called it before the race even started. If he pulls this thing off, well, he has pulled this off.
Look, and he took the risk. You know, he took the risk at the start of the race, as did Will Dixon, and then one of the Foster boys, to actually, you know, put that dry tyre on and then literally get beat up for the first 3, 4, 5 laps.
And just drive through it. Yeah, that's right.
And just drive through it. So, no, class act again from Mav as he comes down through the chase here and heads down to the final corner.
For the final time,
Murray's.
J-Man, for round 7 here at Bathurst for the Rain Light Racing 2023 GT3 Series MAV.
The leader has finished the race.
Finishes
Mav
it up, parks it up,
rolls across the line. He's had enough.
parks it up, and it's time for burnouts. Why? Because you can.
Yeah.
So, Charlie Booth coming down Conrod as we speak over the last rise and into the chase, J-Man, for the final time here tonight after an hour's worth of racing. That black Lambo looking really solid throughout, actually dry or wet track. So stellar job from Charlie to bring that home.
Yeah, he did a great job. He just
nice
not on the right tyre at the right time at the start. Well, probably was, but probably just that timing thing as he brings it across there. 51.9 seconds behind Maverick is such the job that Maverick did to this field tonight.
And look how close Cooley is now to Dixon, J-Man.
I know.
As we see Dixon come underneath.
He's going to get this done.
The Liquid Molly Bridge, J-Man, and down into the final turn for the final time.
He'd have been sweating bullets, mate.
Mate, well done from Dixon. Podium position for him. He's had a lot of
beautiful
airtime over this season already, and it's all for the right reasons tonight. Cooley in 4th, Nick Firth in 5th, T-Fam in 6th, Jaco Venter in 7th, Louis Van der Venter in 8th, and all the boys celebrating, J-Man, Nightingale.
Yeah, so good to see Uncle Joe inside the 10 and 9th, Josh Nightingale in 10th.
Yeah, nice work from Nightingale to put that car in 10th.
Nathan Henderson, after a couple of unscheduled stops there in that one as well. I saw him back in the pits at least once that wasn't scheduled. I think the car was well beat up, brings it home in 11th. Tennis, Pete Dawson, Steve Crossland, Alex Zandberg, Adrian Kramer, Brandon Foster, Kenneth Worcester, and then Brandon Webley make out the 20. And then obviously we have got some provisional stuff that the admin team will work out as far as who got classified through how far they finished in this race. But another great race here at Bathurst, Davo.
Oh, amazing. And what a twist with the weather. We love it, J-Man. Throw a little bit of rain in. If Bathurst isn't exciting enough, just add water. It just gets better. Look.
Yeah, 100%. We'll get the first of the podium guys down.
Let's get them out
so they don't run away. So first cab off the rank, Chili Dog, Will Dixon. You got us on comms? You'll have to unmute your mic there, mate. Hopefully we can get. You got your mate?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, got you, mate. Oh, what an awesome race, mate. Talk to us about the nerve that it took to start that race on a dry tyre, Will.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Just a lot of short shifting, and I don't know, some serious shit must have went down if I ended up on the podium.
Well, the serious shit was you drove really well tonight.
And
third last lap I've been. I was getting a bit nervous.
Yeah, so there's three of you that started that race. There was Maverick, yourself, and one of the Foster boys decided to start that one on a dry tyre, and I wondered whether that was a planned move, given that the weather model sort of said that it was only probably going to last about 15 minutes. Were you aware of the weather conditions out there?
Yeah, I saw it was going to clear up and sort of knocking a second off her lap, and then the weather came back, and I was actually about to go in and pit to change on the wets, and then I saw it would clear up again, and I saw the gap I had, so I just sort of drove around there pretty much as fast as I could drive my Hilux around there.
Yeah, mate. Well, we were screaming at you at one point saying, you've got to go, Will. You've got to go and get on the wet tyre, mate. But you proved us wrong that you had enough margin in hand over Chris Cooley. Obviously, Boothie was coming with pace, but I wonder whether you just played the safe card there and knew that podium was on the cards. And with that too, Will, is that the first podium for you this season? I believe this is the first time we've had you down here for a chat.
Yeah, mate, that is. Probably been the last, but unless something crazy goes on, but...
Mate, you got to take them when they're on offer, and that was a stellar drive, mate, because you're obviously out there at times on the less than the ideal tyre, twice in fact, once at the start of the race and once in the three-quarter to middle part there on a dry tyre on a wet track. So well done on a podium position there, Will Dixon. Congratulations.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks for the work too.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, mate. Thank you.
Enjoy that one, buddy. See you, mate.
Cheers.
So there you go. Will Dixon takes his first podium here at Rainlight Racing, and a well-earned one too, I might add.
Oh, absolutely, J-Man.
All right, we'll go and grab Mr. Palm Tree down here. Where is it? There he is.
Charlie Booth.
Charlie Booth, you got us on comms, mate. What a drive.
Hey, thanks, mate.
So talk to us first and foremost about the start of that race. You obviously had some decisions to make about a dry or a wet tyre. Talk to us about the start of that one.
I'm glad I did my 3 laps of wet practice.
Yeah.
It served you well.
Yeah, no, it did. I kind of hoped it would rain for a little bit longer. That would have helped me out because it was drying and my tyres were all red and not fun.
Yep.
And so
the car looked well hooked up in the dry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I switched those dries and I was just like 2 seconds, 3 seconds quicker than the person in front of me.
Yeah. And so the start of that one now, just remembering back, obviously there was an incident there, I think, with Gunter Rowe and Brandon Webley.
Yeah.
How close were you to that in proximity when that happened, Boothie? Did you see that?
I don't remember it.
Okay.
I think you were just in front of it. So
Righto.
Maybe.
Yeah. So hey, look, some really, really hot pace there throughout the night. Obviously, Vic Chan taking off on the wet tyre at the start. Looked like Mav was nursing a slick tyre. So only 3 guys started that race tonight. If you're not aware, Boothie on a slick tyre. So there was Mav, Dixon, and one of the Foster boys. So nonetheless, you got onto the right tyre at the right time when we saw the pace that you had at the back end chasing down Will Dixon. So congratulations on what was a well-constructed race with mixed conditions.
Thank you. Thank you guys for commentating on the race.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, mate. And it's always really interesting when we get a mixed bag of weather like we did tonight. So, no, well done, Boothie. Good to see you back. You missed a couple rounds at the start, mate, but you're coming back with a vengeance now. So good to see you out there battling every week. We did enjoy the battles you put on last week and once again this week.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Appreciate it.
thanks,
Awesome.
Charlie.
So there you go. That's Mr. Palm Tree, Charlie Booth there for P2. And next guy, he's certainly no stranger to us these days. I think he's got his own embroidered seat. Mav, you got us on comms?
G'day, boys.
Mate, we'll start us at the top, mate. Congratulations, but start us at the top about that decision-making process at the start of that race with the wet and dry tyre.
Mate, I'm not going to pretend I took a gamble. I actually meant to be on wet, but I forgot to pick the wet tyre.
Righto.
So I was on slicks by accident.
Well
And
played.
I pumped them up to 27, so they were quite pressurised, the slicks, but they actually worked quite good on a wet track.
Yep.
But the first couple of laps, I was struggling, and I thought a few of the guys on wet, so I'll just let them go past.
Yep.
Yeah, knew it was going to come good eventually, and I wouldn't have to stop, hopefully. And it kind of worked out.
Well, knowing that it was going to come good, reasonably quickly, we in your formation lap, were you trying to just hold things up a little bit, just to sort of give yourself a little bit of time to let that weather, blow over?
Come on, man. You're talking to us now, buddy, mate.
Because it looked like it. That's on this end.
I was actually trying to check my tyres because I wasn't sure what I'd selected. So I was going in outside view.
Righto, that old chestnut. Righto, yeah. He's not giving anything away. Okay. Nonetheless, mate, like when you went out there, obviously you did that. Talk us through. Obviously, Vic Chan was on a wet tyre, was coming through hot, a little bit of contact into Griffin's, and then, mate, you were under all sorts of pressure there. That was a real dicey moment for you, knowing that you're on that less than optimum tyre at that point of the race, mate. Talk to us about that moment.
Yeah. I actually didn't see him coming, but he must have had a good run, brake late, and we just had a little contact. wasn't too bad. But I figured. I had a quick look and I saw him on wets, and Boothie was on wets. I thought, they're going to be quicker, but they weren't that much quicker, maybe like a second or bit per lap.
Yep.
Boothie got by once or twice. I think he had a couple of incidents in turn. I think it was either turn 1. He
Yep.
went off, then overtook him
did.
again.
Yep.
That happened twice, I think.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
But I thought, you know, if he's gonna, and then I think I let him again down at Conrad. I think I let him past.
Yep.
I can't remember where it was. I just thought I'll just let him go because he's faster. But eventually the track came good. I'm not sure what happened to Vic. He must have
He
bolted
unfortunately,
forward.
he unfortunately had a terminal incident with Zach Carr in between Griffins and the cutting, unfortunately. So yeah, just a really heavy impact that gave him the meatball flag, and that was his night. So not to be for Vic first time out here, but nonetheless, it's all about you at the moment, mate. So tell me, what did the car feel like? You know, when that rain kicked back in the second phase, the 3/4 mark of that race, and that rain kick back in again. What was the tyre like there? Did it hang on for longer than you thought in the wet, given that it had some heat in it?
Yeah, it did all right actually. I think because it was quite high in PSI.
Yep.
That although it was cold, it was still at 26 PSI. So it was
Okay.
It was doing all right actually. I mean, it wasn't the quickest, but I just thought all I got to do is nurse the car home and not put it in the wall. And,
Yeah, no.
Easier
and
said than
it's a
done.
massive gap, and I
Yeah.
thought, there's only 20 laps to go.
Yeah. I think by my collection, it was 50 something seconds, mate. Back to your old mate Boothie there. So it was certainly, I think the call was made right from the start, and you're saying that it wasn't on purpose, but I thought when I saw the three of you, yourself, Will Dixon, Brandon Foster, all picked the dry tyre, given that the conditions were improving, I thought it was a masterstroke, mate. So you could have sold that another way to us, and we would have believed you. And then you could have sold the formation lap any which way, mate. We probably still wouldn't have believed you. But nonetheless, it was nothing short of entertaining once again, Mav. So you keep turning up every week and doing this, mate. You put a smile on our faces, and I'm pretty sure that the viewers watching always get a hell of a show. But that was another dominant performance, mate. So well done.
Thanks, boys.
Enjoy that one, Mav. No doubt we'll talk to you next week.
Well done, Mav.
Cheers. Davo.
Mate, entertaining as usual. Interviews and race, to be honest, J-Man. But yeah, a little bit of an insight from the boys there. Well done to Dixon, getting himself on that podium, J-Man, for the first time this series. So yes, he will be one happy little camper.
Yes.
And I'm sure he'll be looking back at this stream as soon as possible. Thank you everybody for joining. Please like and subscribe, J-Man, and give us the old thumbs up if you
keep the
like
algorithms
what you're
going.
Yes, keep those cogs turning, J-Man. That's a wrap here for Bathurst. We've got round 8 next week, and it's a spin the wheel round. So we don't actually know where we're going until the wheel has been spun. So you will know when we know. Next week
very, very
on a
likely,
Monday night. We'll all know. So, another cracker tonight, J-Man, here at Bathurst. As we suspected.
Yeah, always going to be, a mixed bag. There's always going to be a really great story, which is probably the Will Dixon story, and there's always going to be those ones where, we've seen it time and time again when we call these races for varying communities that Bathurst bites, mate. It's just one of those. It's a race of attrition.
It is. No matter which way you're looking at it, and like we mentioned, you just throw in a little bit of moisture, a little bit of rain. And it's just even crazier. So yeah, good fun out there tonight. Yes, some pluses and minuses for all, but the points keep ticking over as we wind down towards the end of the season. Round 8 next week, spin the wheel round. We don't know what is coming, but we are looking forward to it again, J-Man.
Yep, and on that note, Dave, I'm going to let you wrap this thing up. Thanks to the viewers. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate your support. We love the live commentary, the chat that you guys put up there. Keep that up, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next week.
Yes, thanks, J-Man, for joining me once again. Thanks, Titanium Digital Solutions. Thank you, AJ Champ. Thank you, True to Life Racing Designs. And, of course, Rainlight Racing for bringing us all this goodness. Once again, we will see you again next week. I've been J-Man. I've been Davo. That is J-Man. And we'll see you all again next week.